All right, guys, again, this is a 2019 fifth generation Toyota 4Runner. And I am doing a series of maintenance tasks, and so I'm capturing these on video for you, and you can ride along if you need it, if it's helpful to you. But I'm doing the differential fluid change here, and you're looking at the rear differential. So from the rear side of the 4Runner, underneath, there is a fill bolt up top here, and there's a drain bolt. And these are 24 millimeter in size. As I'm sure you know by now, use some penetrating oil and spray these down before you do anything. Let it sit for a while. I do that on all of my service work, on the transfer case, the front end. I go ahead and spray these and let it sit overnight, or sit at least maybe 15 minutes or so. And I always use a breaker bar. I just start out and use a breaker bar. That just eliminates altogether usually this roughing these out and so forth. So they're not on super tight, but you want to always test and make sure that your fill plug can be opened first. Needless to say, if you find that you've drained everything and then you can't get the fill plug out, you got a big problem. So avoid that and just test it. Like I say, these should be fairly easy to come out unless you've had excessive wear and it's been a long time. This vehicle is right at about 45,000. So to do this process, which I've already finished, but take your 24 millimeter breaker bar plug and socket, and you want to break that free. You make sure that that's broke free. Then get your drain pan and do your bottom, and you're going to drain out approximately, I believe, 3 quarts back here. Now what you put back in is, you go by Toyota recommendations and buy Toyota fluid. A lot of people use that red line GL5. Some people use Valvoline. That's your decision. Ultimately, what you decide to go with. You know, some of these vehicles have certain friction requirements and so forth that you need to look into. So I'm going to leave it to you to decide what you want to do. But okay, now in terms of feeding that back with fluid, now a lot of your newer bag like Valvoline gear oil comes in squeezable bags, which makes it easy to access. You can also buy the traditional bottles that are oblong-like shaped with tips to them that usually are very easy. Or you can just use a fluid pump to pump fluid into the cavity there of the new fill hole, whichever works for you. But ultimately, you can make sure your vehicle is level, and you'll know when it's full when it starts running out the top. Then you'll want to seal that up. Now you do want to torque these back, and I do advise you to go ahead and invest in a good torque wrench. These are 29 foot-pounds, so it's not a lot. But stick with precise measurements. One of the problems that people have is they over-tighten everything or under-tighten, and eliminate the guesswork and set it toward Toyota specifications. The 29 foot-pounds, not very difficult. All right, so this is the rear. Now, the front uses the same oil, but I'll do a separate video on the front end. So again, a 2019 Toyota 4Runner, the 5th generation.